there everyone, Stormy Strike here, and in this video we're going to be looking at some more Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toys. I did one video already on a few Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toys I got, like the Velociraptor Blue and the Indo Raptor. And then I got some more stuff here. So we're going to take a look at all of these things. We'll first take a look at the different Matchbox cars we have here. What I got was this individual one, which is based after one of the vehicles in the second Jurassic Park movie, The Lost World. I think I'm going to keep it on the card for now, although I'll probably take it out later on. But for now I'm going to keep this one on the card. We'll open up the other ones though. So I thought that was really cool because I do love all the Jurassic Park movies. And I think the first and the second Jurassic Park movies are my absolute favorites, so I had to get this. And so that was part of the Jurassic Park Legacy Collection, and this is also the Jurassic World Legacy Collection set here. This one includes 5 vehicles. So it's got vehicles from the second movie, The Lost World. This one I'm actually not sure about if it's from the third movie or the second movie, but there's a maintenance vehicle. There is the classic Jurassic Park car here and the classic Jurassic Park Jeep. And then there's also the trailer from The Lost World. And I love the packaging art on this. I love the TRex on it. It looks really cool. I love the colors. And so here is the Legacy Collection. We'll go ahead and open this up. Something that's nice about these is that they're really affordable. I believe the set of the 5 of them was around $6 or so, and then this one on its card was like $2 maybe. They're really affordable and they look like they're really nice quality for what you get. So here is one of the Lost World vehicles here. Oh, I think it's just so cool, and it's also neat because it is different from this one. This one is a kind of green camo, while this one's more of a brown and gray. And then the windows on this one are black, while the windows on this one are blue. As I said, I'm not sure exactly if this maintenance one is from a particular Jurassic Park movie that I'm just not thinking clearly. I almost want to say it's from Jurassic Park 3, but I am not entirely sure if that is correct or not. Either way, it's a cool little maintenance vehicle with the little Jurassic Park logo. Some cool little color and detailing there. We have to have one of these very iconic Jurassic Park tour vehicles. I love this car. It is so cool. As you see, it says Jurassic Park on the side. Has a number on the side there as well. This one says 05. It's got that really pretty green, red, and yellow patterns. It has the Jurassic Park logo on the hood of the car. This one is super cool. I'm really loving this. This looks just like the ones in the movie. A fun little piece to add to any Jurassic Park fan collection. The only things on these cars that I wish were painted is the headlights and taillights on. Looks like most of these aren't painted. I noticed with the Jurassic Park Jeep here too, it does not have the headlights or taillights painted either. But it's still really cool, and as I said, it's such a cheap price. So here is the classic Jurassic Park maintenance Jeep. It has the Jurassic Park logo. It says Jeep on the side. It's number 18. The hood says JP18 on it. Very, very cool. And then lastly here is the trailer vehicle that was seen in The Lost World. So this one's got a kind of similar camo as the other car here. But this one has some blue coloring to it. It's also neat they have some kind of dirt detail here for when this was on the side of the cliff in the movie. So this is a really cool vehicle. I like the sculpt on this one a lot. It really looks like the one in the movie. And the camo detail is nice, and I like the little, looks like lights it has up here as well. Really, really cool little collection. I'm very happy to own these little Matchbox cars. Now let's set those aside so we can move on to the Jurassic World Matchbox set. So this Jurassic World one has 5 vehicles as well, and so they're all from, obviously, the Jurassic World movie. And unlike the Legacy Collection, this one has blue on the side instead of the T-Rex. And there is all the different Jurassic World vehicles, and notably it has the gyrosphere. So here they are out of the package. This first one is definitely a more military-like vehicle for capturing dinosaurs. You can see in the back there it has a very dinosaur capturing-esque to it. It's got a little number 12 on it. It's got some nice sculpting details. Pretty neat little vehicle, even though it's not quite as iconic as some of the other ones in the movies. It's still pretty neat. The second one is a little similar as well, being that kind of more military vehicle. But this is pretty cool. It has engine printed on the doors, so it is an engine vehicle. Again, a pretty cool sculpt to it. I like that all these windows have the clear plastic in them. And then here is the more iconic Mercedes Jurassic World vehicle. I actually have a bigger version of this car somewhere as well. It has a number 5 on the side, a really tiny little Jurassic World logo on there, and then it also even says for official use only. Pretty neat that they added those little details and the striping there. Again, these are some really cool vehicles for the price that they are. Next up is the submarine. This is really cool, and I like that it's a unique vehicle beyond just the regular cars. So it has little grabbies on it, even the little saw for cutting off some of the skeleton on the Indominus Rex for some DNA, as seen in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Pretty neat little submarine. And then lastly is the iconic gyrosphere. And what is really cool about this is that it actually does work like the gyrosphere. I don't know how well you can tell, but this little seating part on the inside, which is a really pretty metallic blue, but it stays upright even when you move the gyrosphere around. That part tries to stay upright, so even when you flip it upside down, it just goes back to being right side up in the middle there. So that's a really cool touch that it actually works kind of like the gyrosphere. All of these neat and pretty iconic Jurassic Park vehicles. I'm going to move on now to this Jurassic World Legacy Collection Tyrannosaurus Rex baby figure. I had to get this one because growing up I did have one of the Lost World baby T-Rex toys, the one where its leg could be broken, you could fix it with a little bandage, and I love that one. I don't know exactly where it is right now, but it's somewhere with my collection of toys and things. So I had to get this though because it's so iconic of that original Kenner toy. I do love this little juvenile T-Rex. This one has the Jurassic World Legacy packaging. I love the blues and oranges of this series, and then the iconic picture of the T-Rex there. And this little baby T-Rex comes with a little muzzle with him. Let's go ahead and take him out of the package. And then there he is. This is a really cute figure. It reminds me a lot of the Kenner toys, which I really love. He has a feature where when you push down on his tail, his jaw closes. It's a fun little gimmick. He stands up pretty well. The legs have some articulation. They kind of click into certain places. You can have him in some different poses. You can have him up on his toes. And then his arms also have articulation. They can rotate out and around. So that's really neat. I really love when figures have the ability to articulate in a lot of places. Get some more close-ups on him. His paint job is pretty simple, but it's fairly nicely done. I like the pattern on him. This dark green on a lighter green pattern I think is really cool. There's a little VIN number on the bottom of him. He has the little code on his foot and the Jurassic World logo on the other foot. You can see there's a bit of a seam for when they put it together, but it is just so much better than those ugly screw holes that were on the Hasbro toys. The sculpt on this figure is pretty nicely done. Just a really cute little T-Rex. And then here is the little muzzle for him. So I'm assuming if you push his tail down so his mouth closes, you can just fit the little muzzle over him just like that. He looks absolutely adorable. The next figure I have here is a Battle Damage Stigmaloch. I hope that's how you pronounce it, or Stiggy for short. So this one is similar to the non-Battle Damage one, the only difference being that this one has the Dino Damage feature, and you just press it and voila, Dino Damage. So this is from the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom movie, and after watching it I grew quite a fondness for this dinosaur. He was very funny and cute in the movie. And on the back there it shows the Stigmaloch Dino Damage, and it shows some other Dino Damage figures here. Let's go ahead and take this guy out of the packaging. Already it seems to stand fairly well on its own. I'm glad that Mattel took the time to make sure that all these dinosaurs could stand if you got them in the right position. The back legs are poseable, although it does kind of want to click into a certain place there. So while you can kind of push its leg back, it doesn't want to click into place unless it's at a certain angle there. Kind of the same thing for the other leg. But you can move them around enough to get its legs behind it like that if you wish. But they kind of naturally want to click into that position there. Its arms are articulated like on the little juvenile T-Rex. They can be moved outward and around. On the bottom there's the little serial number on its hip bone. There is the code on one foot and the Jurassic World logo printed on the other. So this guy, you can push his head down and up, and you can also turn it as well. So that's a pretty cool point of articulation there, especially so you can push him into the position so it looks like he is ready to attack some humans. And this is the Dino Damage version, so it has that Dino Damage feature. So if I remember correctly, a lot of the original Dino Damage Kenner figures were the ones where you could actually pull off part of the figure to reveal the Dino Damage, which I know I have examples of those, but I don't know where they're at right now. And then on Jurassic Park 3, I know they had the permanent Dino Damage, which is kind of like what they did on some of the Hasbro figures. That's the example of a more permanent Dino Damage. Jurassic World Dino Damage figures, they had the same sort of thing where if you pushed it, it was immediate Dino Damage. So this one has the same thing, but I noticed the Hasbro ones are really hard to push the skin back so that it is not having the Dino Damage. It is such a pain to try and move this to get it back into its place. It's really tricky to get this to work sometimes, but I noticed on these Mattel ones what's really nice is that it is kind of a rolling feature, so all you have to do is roll it up, because this one just rotates. So it's a lot easier to put back into place. So you don't have to fight with this in order to get it back into the non-Dino Damage state. So there is the cute little Stigmaloch, and we'll put him up with the little T-Rex here. And you can see they size up really close together. T-Rex is a little bit smaller because he's still just a little tiny baby. I saw ahead of time that this one was coming out, and I was really looking forward to it. So when I saw it come out at my local Walmart, I had to get it. This is the Ceratosaurus. And we see the Ceratosaurus in Jurassic Park 3, and I believe it does make a short appearance somewhere in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, maybe? I don't really remember at the moment, I could be wrong about that. But I do love the Ceratosaurus. It is such a cool looking dinosaur, and I love this paint job on this. And it does have a feature where it opens its mouth and roars when you press a little button on its back. So it makes a bunch of different noises. So that's a pretty fun little gimmick. And on the back, it shows a picture of the Ceratosaurus, and then some of the other ones in this same line, like the Ankylosaurus, Pterodon, and Triceratops. I actually love all three of these figures and I hope to get them at some point. So here is the Ceratosaurus out of the packaging. There we go, just pop the tail right in there. And this one is having a little trouble to stand on its own right now in this particular position. I think it's also my table isn't completely flat, which is not helping. Oh, this is actually really cool. Its legs bend to the sides as well. They don't just go back and forth. They also can be moved outwards. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get him to stand well enough for this video right now. His arms are articulated as well. They can move out and around. And then there is his jaw, which opens up by pressing this button. And then the sound for this feature comes out from underneath the belly there. Like the other figures, it has a code on the bottom of its foot, and then the Jurassic World stamp, and also a little VIN number on the bottom hip bone there. This figure is really cool. I love the sculpt on it. It's really nicely detailed. I love all these little bumps and ridges on it. It's got some really nice skin folds on its neck and on its body. And I really like the paint job on this one. Even though it's a fairly simple paint job, it doesn't have a huge amount of detail, of course, because these figures aren't going to have a ton of detail like a hand-painted figure would. But I love the red painted on its head. It goes down its back. This nice dark gray, almost black patterning on it is just really cool. I love the design on this one. I am super glad I got this figure. He is just really cool. I, of course, love the little horn on his nose. He's got little yellow eyes with tiny little black pupils. His teeth are actually pretty nicely painted, and the bottom of his mouth looks pretty nice with a painted and glossed tongue. So here he is next to the other figures we have here. They size up really well. He's quite a bit bigger than them, but not T-Rex big. I really like that these figures are done in a scale that's close to each other and they're not all just random sizes. They all size up to fairly accurate depictions of how big they would be next to each other in real life. So there is those three figures, but now let's get out of this scale and go into the mini dino scale. So I have three more mini action dino figures, and I believe this is the second wave of them. I did get one from the first wave from a previous video, which was this little Stegosaurus. But these ones are from a different wave, and I believe what I should have, based on feeling them around, I should have one or two Indo Raptors, and then a Spinosaurus is what I believe I was able to feel around and figure out what they were. But before I was wrong on the Stegosaurus being what it is. Let's open them up and see what we got here. Oh boy, yes, we do have an Indo Raptor, yay! I really wanted the Indo Raptor. Here is the little Indo Raptor. Oh my goodness, I love him. This sculpt is really cool. I love this crouching position he's in. He's got some really crazy details in him, actually. Can you see those tiny little scales on him? I'm amazed that that detail actually translated that well into plastic. Look at that, that's crazy detail. I love it. You can also see these little like frills on his back there, like little frills or spiky things, kind of like on the bigger action figure of him. This is such a cool little figure. I'm really amazed at the detail on it. I love his pose. Oh, and his jaw is articulated. Oh my goodness, little tiny jaw here. Super tiny, yet it is articulated. That is so awesome. You can see it has eyes painted red. He doesn't have pupils painted, it doesn't look like, but he does have some red painted on the eyes there, and this really prominent gold striping down both sides of it. Such a cool little figure. I'm really impressed. This guy's really neat. Let's go on to the next one, see if we get another Indo Raptor. Oh, this one here must be the Spinosaurus. Oh, I was wrong. This is not the Spinosaurus. I was hoping to get the Spinosaurus, but it looks like instead we have the Suchomimus, maybe, or the Baryonyx. Okay, this is the Suchomimus. I thought it was going to be the Spinosaurus. I need to get the Spinosaurus at some point. I would like to get all of them at some point, honestly. They're so cool. But this is the Suchomimus. I'm still happy about that. That is really cool. Again, this detail is insane. Look at those teeny tiny little scales that somehow were able to translate into the plastic. That's just incredible. I don't know how they managed to do that. It looks so nice. I love the color on this guy, actually. I love this blue. It's not really metallic, although it kind of looks a little bit metallic-y, but I think it's more just the shine of the finish on it. But it's got that really nice shiny blue. It's got this tannish golden yellow on the spine of it, which looks neat, and some kind of dry brushing of that same color on its back. Looks really neat. I like this sculpt, I like this pose it's in, and with its articulated jaw, it's really neat. And its little tiny eye is painted black. Really cool little figure. I'm really impressed by the quality of these little figures for their price. They're really nicely done. So here our little Suchomimus can sit with the Indo Raptor. We have our last mini dino figure. Oh my gosh, I was wrong. This is not another Indo Raptor. I was really expecting it to be the Indo Raptor. It looks like we have a T-Rex. Here is a T-Rex. He is really cute too. And so this is a nice green T-Rex. I've seen there's a like tanner version of the T-Rex of this figure, and then there's also a kind of metallic one, I believe. There's a couple different color variations out there. Once again, the detail in this figure is amazing. Look at all these little creases of like skin folds. And look at the ridges on its back. I am just so impressed. Like, look at its face. Its face has a lot of detail in the sculpt. That's so amazing to me. And it, of course, has an articulated jaw, which is really fun. I love the fact that these figures have a little point of articulation on them. It's got a little teeny tiny painted black eye, and its coloring is actually pretty cool. So it's got a kind of green plastic base. It's got a lighter green painted on its belly, and then the top of it's got, actually looks like kind of two colors dry brushed in here, kind of a brown and then almost a light lavender-y looking color. Pretty neat effect there. I really like the coloring on this guy. And so here is all three of these little figures. I'm still surprised that I was wrong and I did not get the Spinosaurus and another Indo Raptor, but I'm totally fine with that. These two are also really awesome. I love the fact that they are able to stand up so well together. Here, I'll take my Stegosaurus as well and put him there with them. Look at those little guys. They're really cool. I'm definitely going to need more of these. These are so cute. Okay, now I'm doing this just because I happen to have a Hasbro T-Rex minifigure sitting right here next to me. So I had to compare them real quickly because it is such a stark contrast. Here they are. Can you guess which one is better? Wow, the difference in these is astonishing. So this is the Hasbro one, which its proportions are just so incredibly out of whack. I can't even comprehend what's going on here. This Mattel one just looks so much better. The color on this one is very bright and colorful, which I don't mind. But if you want a little bit more realistic looking figure, this one is just so much better looking. I can't get over that. This one cannot stand for the life of it because its feet are really tiny. This one, they made its feet bigger than it would be in real life so that it could stand. And yes, it may not be completely accurate, but at least it can stand. Those proportions are just so incredibly different. I can't even get over it. So I just thought that was a really funny comparison. I don't mean to turn this into another Hasbro versus Mattel video, but I just couldn't get over the difference between these two figures. It's just astronomically different. Now the last thing I have here is one of these Jurassic World dog tags. So I'm going to show you, even though I've already opened it up before and saw it was inside, thought I might as well show you guys anyway. So I got the Pterodon one, or pterodactyl one. Pterodon, it is a Pterodon one. And then it also comes with a 3D sticker, but I'm really excited because I got the Indo Raptor one, and it looks so cool. I'm just like so mesmerized by this sticker of the Indo Raptor, and I absolutely love it. And I'm glad I at least got a dinosaur dog tag because I wasn't super into getting any of the human character dog tags except maybe Jeff Goldblum. So I'm happy I got a dinosaur one and a really, really cool 3D sticker. So here are the other Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toys I've gotten so far. Really happy with all of these. I just love the better quality that these toys have this time around compared to the first waves of Jurassic World toys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want, you can check out the other dinosaur videos I've done. I'll post those at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a super dino-tastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone!